Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing Annie Idibia and Tuface. And we're saying, as I said, I'm reiterating that this is not the conversation yet. We're still going to thrash it properly because it's a full day conversation, but we're just touching a bit on it. And I'd like us to go to the history a bit because we're going to be wrapping up very soon. Understanding the genesis of their relationship, all the drama that happened with the various women, and how she stuck a gun that, you know what, I'm going to marry this man, regardless of the baggage. People had warned her. Are you sure? She's like, she didn't really, she was going in. This is her first love, and this is the man that's going to be with her for the rest of her life. And then having to hear this, how do you think we as women can reevaluate the importance of this thing we all hold on to marriage? Because it was as if this is something I must show the world. That regardless,
they did a reunion.
They did a reunion. I'm saying that because there are lots of women who are trying to make that decision today.
And no, but it's also going to spread fear. This thing will spread fear, and I don't want us to do that, because many people seeing these marriages now would assume that I don't want to do, and we're already hearing many young people saying I don't want this type of thing. So it's not this is not the norm. This is not the typical. There were issues, and all of us here know they had issues.
But were the issues not a warning sign to what we've just seen?
We need to say this to ourselves as women. You need to love yourself. Women, we need to love. You need to love yourself, value yourself, place a standard on yourself, and demand that everybody around you keeps to that standard. It is not easy. It's a journey. You need a tribe to support you.
You see, I like that what you just used, because we put a lot of pressure on women to find themselves. They don't find themselves like that. It's a real journey.
I'm not saying finding yourself, but love yourself.
And even
love your imperfection, so that you are not seeking a man's love to validate yourself.
Loving yourself is a journey, because many of us didn't grow up with that kind of that knowing how to love ourselves. We're bruised, low self-esteem. Many of us grew up in that society. So loving yourself is a process that people have to get to, but don't kill yourself if you're not there yet.
I also think that Annie accepted Tuface with his flaws. The story was already out there.
So it was plenty.
Managing expectation and knowing what to expect was what is it. You know, there are women who live this daily. They do 45, 50 years, and they even bury the man. Yes. And they carry it well, and nobody they run mad.
They will not come on and say it's
their kids.
I love
perfectly
what you are saying.
That the man
Why are you loving it?
I'm loving it because
I'm just telling you because I understand that side of love yourself every time.
I'm loving it because it is our reality that we need to address.
Yeah, it's not our reality.
No, we have to bring it out. What she's saying.
Some women are like this.
Understand.
I'm
not supporting it though.
But you are understanding.
I'm highlighting it. That is a major thing we need to discuss and thrash properly, because many of our mothers were in the shoe.
Let me tell you what Annie's problem is today.
So we need to fix that.
Let me tell you what Annie's problem is today. Doctor's advice.
Okay.
That's what you married a freaking polygamist. Forgive me. You married a polygamist. Somebody that was already on the street. What were your expectations? Perfection? Faithfulness? Okay. No. So when you manage your expectation, you will focus on what you need to focus.
So she should have carried her baggage like that.
Yes. You see the children. She will raise them. She will focus on what is working for her. She entered with her eye open. She was, at the time of the proposal.
We don't agree.
Hold on, Miriam.
Okay.
At the time of the proposal, at the time of this marriage, this guy was flawed. Head to toe. Nothing to expect.
So
the only thing working for him was his career. Carry the cross and you carry it well.
Okay.
The problem is that you not carrying it well, listening to advice, looking for another thing will make. See.
Okay,
point taking. Point taking.
This is not about I'll let you talk.
No.
Wait, see, I wanted that to come out. Because that's the perspective of a lot of people in our society.
An African woman.
They're managing that. But you see, my problem is that the reality is that those people are not living their fulfilled life.
Who tell you?
They're dying inside.
Who tell you?
They're dying inside.
That's an opinion.
That's a generalization that is wrong. You assume they're not living there. What do you know that has determined their own goal? What if their goal is, this guy has money. I don't have a career that is busy yet. I'm going to use him to remain in life. I'm going to raise my kids.
Everybody was created for something great.
Focus on your focus. Everybody focus should be
different. Let me come to Mariam on the floor.
Today.
You came.
Go ahead.
I don't think yes, honestly, we don't live with them. But given what we know so far, I don't think that this is about cheating or being a polygamist. And giving also a peek into their life from the reality show, she knows who he is. She knows very well who he is. And she knows very well the sacrifices she has made. Do you understand? It's about respect. It's about, even in polygamy, there are principles and there are values in the way that you run a polygamy. It's the disrespect that I think that she's crying for. But before that, you know, a lot of stories is coming out about how young she was when she met him. She was 15 to he's 29. So as you know, I'm not one to talk about maybe being with someone much older than you. I know that. But I know about being with someone at the right age. When you're young, there's some things you should not be involved with. I can imagine a 15-year-old holding on to a relationship with the whole of her life.
Many do.
And growing into it and thinking that this is it. This is all I know. And that is why as parents, we need to be careful. Let's encourage our children to know themselves, to find themselves, that journey. And finding yourself and that journey of finding yourself and learning to love yourself should not really be done under marriage or inside marriage or a man, you know, trying to give you gifts or whatever. It should be, you know, you hear a lot of young people, they are encouraged to have friends, go out, do things, learn things, know things. Those are the things that help build you up, help you to understand who you are and what you accept and cannot accept. I think Annie accepted things she thought she could handle and has found out that she cannot handle them. And if you cannot handle them, madam, you can decide to let it go.
Gracefully.
What is important is your peace of mind. You see this holding on to things gracefully or holding on to it and showing up and whatever. If you can handle it, if that does not mean anything to you, if it does not affect your peace of mind, because there's no human being here on earth that will accept anything that affects their peace, to the point that affects their peace of mind. The people that were touting as, oh, they are in polygamy and they are doing it well, it's because it does not affect their peace of mind. They're happy in it, or relatively happy. After all, there are people who are married to monogamies and they also have issues, but they have peace of mind. This is what I know, this is what I've accepted, and I'm willing to bear the consequences. But you have someone who is unwilling to bear the, you know, consequences of a behavior, and she can leave.
I think Mariam has helped us.
A man, you know, one thing with men is that they would leave when they don't like something. When it's not working for them,
so again,
they can just
I think it's a good summary. I think it's a good in between. You know, in the fact that yes, for those of you can mentally handle it, and it's your purpose in life. Your future is just to stay with your children and raise your children. Fine. Others who feel like it's going to affect their mental health can't take a better decision. But I guess I think it's a way to wrap up. But I'd like to pause on this conversation because we have a guest and wrap up on this. And the reason why I'm pausing on it is because we haven't heard from Annie. We don't know the circumstances. As we said, Baba might be the victim. Annie may be the victim, or there could be other circumstances. We're not sure yet. We don't know the reason why this break it up is happening. But the point is, as these news and stories unfold, then we'll have a better, robust conversation around it so that we can learn. Because the reason why we talk about these things is really to learn from people's experiences. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll bring in our health guest. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.